As a group, we singled out 5 different elements that you can see on the screen here. And even though our focus areas are different, we all work with 3 to 5 years old and share the same belief that children are capable and curious, educators are guides and co-learners, and the environment is a third teacher. You also notice some common threads of theory running across all our work. And when you put it all together, it shows how every part of the day can become a rich opportunity for learning, belonging, and well-being. So for me, I'm focusing on routines and transitions, especially arrival and mat time. And these aren't just management tools. They give children structure and predictability, and that helps them feel secure, manage emotions, and practice social skills like pension and cooperation. At the same time, routines and transition as powerful spaces for intentional teaching. Research shows routines are linked to so many positive outcomes such as cognitive growth, self-regulation, social emotional skills, learning, and overall well-being. So the key is 3 components here, including structure, predictability, and consistency for the children to know what's coming next. And while not every transition needs to be structured, little strategies like songs, games, or storytelling can really support tricky transitions. So how does it look in practice? Let's start with arrival. For me, learning does not start only on the mat. That's why I aim to give them a lot of opportunities to grow their agency, independence, and interdependence, responsibility, beginning from when they walk through the door. Children carry their own bags, add food to the morning tea basket, find the name tag, and match it with their locker symbol. Arrival for me also includes small provocations that link to our current learning. For example, I designed some small challenges such as matching wooden letters to outlines for literacy, or co-creating a snake with colored button to practice patterning and mathematics. I also drew a visual sign to support understanding, and parents can scaffold them too. This makes the environment not just welcoming but provoking, sparking curiosity and intentional literacy learning right from the start, in line with Rachel Amelia's third teacher. Now, mat time. Children first gather and read books quietly while waiting for their teachers to come, which builds independence. The teachers gather them with song or read them to catch their attention and settle the group with joy. We will mark the road if it's the morning, and then move into our shared learning topic or follow children's interests. To finish, I use a transition activity which is fun and also educational. One specific example is making letters out of sticks that the children collected on a street walk. It's playful, connects to nature, and builds literacy. So everything I've designed reflects those 3 components that I was saying in the beginning, and these routines link straight to the EYLF and the key KLG areas of identity and communicating.
Children are not only playing, but they also exchanging ideas, forming relationships, showing their abilities, likes and dislikes. Play creates opportunities for children to engage deeply with people, objects, and the environment. Play-based is effective for many reasons. Research shows that children aged 5.5 who had imaginary companions and engaged in more dramatic play were able to tell more complex and creative stories than their peers who didn't. Also, through play, educators can purposefully design a learning environment for children. Intentional teaching is also embedded through play. Beecher 2025 stated that it presents in the way educators choose to set up the environment. Dramatic play, children take roles, explore identities, and act out real-life situations, which builds a strong sense of identity and belonging, aligning with outcome 1 of the early year learning framework. Small wordplay. Children use figures and materials to act out stories, which encourages collaboration, imagination, and problem solving. This links to outcome 2 of the early year learning framework. Digital play allows children to engage with interactive technologies. This aligns with outcome 5 of the early year learning framework as children become effective communicators. According to Erikson's stages of psychological development, children aged 3 to 5 are learning to interact with peers, as boundaries, and understand social rules. For example, in an Australian preschool, a group of children negotiating roles in a cafe play area are practicing cooperation, turn-taking, and real-life dialogue. Vygotsky's concept of zone of proximal development shows how play supports learning with guidance. For example, a teacher might join in a puzzle activity, suggesting ways to look for the missing details of the whole image. Finally, the Reggio Emilia approach highlights the importance of the environment. A well-designed space with age and safety-appropriate materials encourage curiosity and experimentation, empowering children to explore and learn at their own pace.
The outdoor environment provides children with valuable opportunity to explore their surroundings, build physical skill, and develop social connections in the natural and engaging environment. First, we have positive behavior and learning of the outdoor environment. Outdoor spaces support children's behavior and learning interactions. Active plays allow children to release energies positively. Reducing conflict indoor. Shared spaces like the sandpit encourage cooperations and negotiations, while the quiet nature areas give children a place to regulate their emotions and regain calm. For the intentional teaching opportunities, children can have fun with science, such as observing plant insect life cycles, sustainability practices like gardening, water use, team building game that promotes cooperations like building blocks, to enhance physical development and well-being with activity like climbing frames. For cross-motor skill and balancing, as well as jumping and riding bike for coordination. Linked to the EYLOF outcome, we have outcome 2, children connect with the world through nature play and sustainability practices. Outcome 3, physical well-being developed through active outdoor play, safe risk-taking. Outcome 4, children become confident learners by experimenting and problem-solving outdoors. The Rachel Emilia Prost view the environment as the third teacher. Outdoor spaces are designed with nature's material to inspire explorations. These spaces are not just for play, but instead learning from indoor to outdoors, nurturing children's curiosity, creativity, and responsibility for nature. For example, when children help care for the garden by watering plants or sorting waste, they begin to understand the impact of their action for the environment. According to Vygotsky, outdoor plays offer many opportunities for learning in the zone of proximal development. For example, children may need help building a castle in the sandpit. With peer or educator scaffolding, they achieve more than they could do that alone.
Hey everyone, the space that I designed is a quiet corner. It's a calm and intentional learning space that I designed for children aged 3 to 5 years. The key focus of my place is its physical layout, which plays an important role in promoting emotional regulation, independent thinking, and positive learning behaviors. As you can see in the image, there is a soft fluffy cushion in the center of the space, which is surrounded by soft pillows and calming textures. There are a variety of books related to calmness and mindfulness in that space, which the children can look up at to help them feel calm. There is also a poster of number 1 at the back wall, which signals that the space is for one child at a time. This will help to communicate clear expectations and boundaries, helping children to feel secure and supported. The layout of the space also supports positive behavior and learning in children by being able to offer a space which children can use to regulate their emotions. At this age, children are still developing their ability to manage emotions. The quiet corner acts as a supportive environment that helps children to calm down, process their emotions and feelings, and re-enter the play and learn with a clear mindset. This also closely connects with Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory, which explains that a child's microsystem, which is their immediate setting, which is the quiet corner in this case, provides a safe and predictable environment that will shape the child's behavior and emotional growth. From an intentional teaching perspective, the Quiet Corner also gives an opportunity for one-on-one moments with the educators. The books like Hug, Climbing Girls, I'm Calm supports a child's social and emotional learning. The Quiet Corner also directly aligns with the Early Years Learning Framework. It supports the outcome 3, which is children have a strong sense of well-being by encouraging the children to take time for themselves and work on their emotional regulation. And it also aligns with the outcome 1 by making them feel safe, secure, and supported. And it also supports the NQS Quality Area 3, which is the physical environment, which emphasizes the importance of creating spaces that are inclusive, calm, and promote a child's agency.
Hello everybody, so I'm gonna move on my slides. So here is my slides. I'm gonna be describe the element construction loose part play. So there is the design of positive learning environment. So there you guys can see the setup in here. There's like I set up some kind of loose part. There's some like a materials provided for the kids. I try to make the environment welcomed for them. So I just provide some things on the mat, on the table, and this also be on the shelf so they can go and pick. So I'm gonna put this connect my area with EYLF outcome is like 1.445 and NQS 3.2.2. So there's like saying like children learn through interaction and relation, because in this way children can learn their positive behavior in this play. The children can learn sharing, they can wait for their turn, so they can cooperate with each other using the messing manners. It's also be develop their positive behavior, and also be children gonna be learn lots of confident behavior, and also be is very big effective communicator, and it's also be resource, and NQS is like a resources supported play-based learning. So I provide them lots of resources where they can do play openly. I'm gonna be move on the next slide, where is about strategies to be used a part of intentional teaching. And also sorry, I'm gonna link first this one to the theories. So the Colton theories loose parts come into 1970, and he also say creativity and invention linked to the type of materials, so where the kids can be have a lots of materials so they can create the things according to their imagination. And Lavagotsi says social interactions also be very good, where children can learn through interaction with peers, teacher, and parents. And approach to Reggio Emilia says environment is a third teacher. And also we're going to link these strategies to the intentional teaching, like providing choices, listening, and questioning. Like my environment also be giving children open opportunity where they can learn through interaction, and also be good opportunity for teacher to sit down, listen to them, and ask them questions, and extend their learning through these paths. And